Test, test. Test, test. Going live. Ah, okay. Here. I know what the issue is. Or an issue. I'm completely broken. Okay. Well, here. Let's go in. You know, it's always good to do a shakedown run. See what falls off. See what breaks. Oh, my voice quiet though. All right. Well, in that case, here. Let's hmm. Should I speak louder? No, I think I'm going to put the gain up. That's smart. Yeah. Cold started, yeah. Our minus 15 cold start. Mint. All right. I'm clipping a little bit. That's a good sign. That sounding a little bit better? Oh, we're cheeching. Okay. Voice is fully cheeched. All right. Now, let me go in here and yeet this audio capture because it's not going to work. Yeah, okay. Sure. Whatever. Oh. Well, if we do this kind of thing? What does that do? Nothing through there as expected. So when we swap this over, now what happens? Okay. Now my voice is also coming through. This is not ideal. Now, so if I stop monitoring myself like an idiot. Okay, so I can no longer hear myself. That's a good sign. Now, for the final test, for my final trick. Okay. That's good. I can hear the sound. But you all cannot, I don't think. So, oh gosh, this is great. Oh boy, is it still, yeah, it's still ripping. Here, let me, well, the monitor shows the same. Is it still like that? Hmm. You should be hearing some small donks, maybe? All right. Location changed. We have a dynamic chat. Okay, so the donks are confirmed. We have donkage. It's a little quiet. What I should do is just add gain. No, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up in here. See the little main volume gain. That should be... That's a little better. That's a little better. At least as far as the meter is concerned. I did not change my voice gain, alarmingly enough. It's showing up on the monitor the exact same as it was before. Currently mushing it into the limiter at 0 dB. In other words, clipping, which is the based and red-pilled way of adjusting your gain, or so I'm told. No, not at all. I just fiddled around with the output device, trying to get FL to come through. What might have been happening is like the input for my audio interface and the output from FL Studio were kind of like put together. At some point I will upgrade the interface, which will give me a lot more flexibility on my inputs and outputs, and it should allow me to simplify things on the software side. It'll also let me use my handy dandy MIDI controllers without a bunch of delay before it gets to my ears. That'll make for a lot more interesting streams, but for the time being, gotta, pee with the equipment I got, But hey, my awful Comcast router appears to be working green dot excellent, as YouTube puts it. So, without further ado, let's see if we can make some beautiful garbage together, shall we? So, as you can see here, I've got the MIDI laid out for Misty Mountains Cold. This is not ran to any actual instrument. Right now, it's just a sampler with nothing in it, but I'm purely using this for reference because I don't know the whole song and all the chords by memory. I remember that was sort of cringe trend when I was in high school when the movie came out. There were all sorts of like cool covers of it on YouTube of like big manly bearded men, and also the people in my in the choir class at my school. I did not do choir because that crowd is rough, and also I can't sing at all. I can hit the notes, but there's more to it than that. Yes, manly men in tights, like Robin Hood. Did Kevin Costner wear tights in the Kevin Costner Robin Hood? I know they did in the Errol Flynn one. Not that I've seen that one. I've seen the Kevin Costner. And I have seen Robin Hood Men in Tights, which is an excellent movie. All right. So, in FL Studio, or at least in my environment, when I use DelayLama, for some reason, all the parameters are sort of reset if I don't do anything. Meaning, if I just have the plugin open and I'm playing MIDI through it, all of the parameters will just revert back to default randomly. Well-fitted suede pants. Okay. Well, that's good. I think Kevin Costner in tights, it would sort of diminish his manly like mullet thing that he had going on. So that's good to hear. But yeah, Robin Hood Men in Tights. Excellent movie, if you haven't seen it. Okay, so with DelayLama, the workaround that I have for it randomly going back to its default parameters, I think it was like every 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And again, that's regardless of MIDI input, playback input. Now, parameter input, that's a different story. Oh, that's true. The dong would distract from the rest of the movie if Kevin Costner was in tights. But enough tight talk. So my workaround for DelayLama doing that is I put it in Patcher and I modulate all of the parameters with LFOs. Really slow LFOs that aren't doing a whole lot except for just providing some input. And hopefully that is enough to keep them where I set them. If you see here, like I basically just changed the bass right here. That's what the knobs do. And then this is the value that they'll sort of oscillate around. So this ought to work. So I honestly forget how many dwarves there were singing. I mean, all of them, yeah. But there are a lot of dwarves in that movie. And I haven't seen it very many times. I was a much bigger fan of the Lord of the Rings movies. The tone in that movie was a lot... I don't know if it's 7 dwarves, Brian. Yeah, there was Thorin Oakenshield and Sleepy and Dopey and Cranky. Oh yeah, they were in tights as well. It's true. So right now, I'm going to do... What am I going to name the first dwarf, huh? You know, I think I'll call it Brian. There we go. And I just renamed the pattern Brian because I'm an idiot. There we go. Okay, so Brian is... Oh, didn't mean to move that. Let's play Brian a little bit, huh? What does Brian the dwarf sound like? Oh yeah, of course you know all the dwarves, and you didn't just Google that. What does Brian the dwarf sound like? That's a pretty solid dwarf. Let's make it a deeper dwarf. Brian is going to be running the bass notes. Huge, massive head. Brian the dwarf sounds like George Michael. Oh man, if George Michael was a plugin, that'd be pretty sweet. I'd have to hire singers. Well, here, this is just the first dwarf. All right. What are we working with for port time? So, port time or portamento time is if you press two notes, how long it takes to get from one to the next. So I'm going to crank this up a little bit because it's a little bit more natural for a singer. Okay, the vowel, I'm going to leave this as is for now, but listen carefully. We got all the vowels. All the vowels are here. And for delay, it's a bit much. I'm just going to turn that off. If I want to add effects, I will add effects after the fact. Yeah, it's kind of like the Mongolian throat singing a little bit. You can kind of get that vibe, which if we go in here and we take a look at DelayLama himself, you know, I mean, Mongolia, Tibet, sort of almost kind of close-ish. Not really, but kind of. And look, he sings. Now, because this is in Patcher, I don't know if we're going to be able to have him up the whole time, but once we get this all arranged out, I'll see what I can do. Maybe we can get a little chorus on screen. All right, so we have the first dwarf, Brian. Now, let's put him on channel 1. Now, we need more dwarves, so see if I can just do a little menu diving here, make another dwarf. And dwarf 2. Let's do a high dwarf. It'll be Ballin. Whenever I hear his name, I think of that Jim Jones song from that the Chad Warden intro. You know, Ballin. Love that song. Takes me right back to middle school. Okay, so dwarf number 2. Let's make him a little bit higher. The Ballin dwarf. It'll be Brian George Michael. And George Michael, as we know, he was a little bit on the zesty side. So I feel like this is a little bit zestier, the color. There we go. Okay, so that's Brian George Michael, as you can see here. Going to have the port time up a little bit. Vowel. Let's change it to like a... Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what Ballin sounds like in the movie. Yeah, exactly. I listened to the recording before this once or twice. Okay, so, and yes, I know I can make my Patcher presets look better, but kind of whip that together in a hurry. So, we have Brian George Michael. There are more dwarves. I'll do Keeley, because no, not Keeley. Do Bomber. Don't remember what he sounds like. I think he's got a deep voice. He sounds kind of like Gimli, well, no. We'll do Bomber. He's a big boy. He's memorable. All right. Every squad has a Bomber. He was a big old boy. Eats cheese by the block. What a pimp. Brain fart. Can I find Patcher in the list? This is some high level gameplay. I mean, let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, we're all gamers here. Forgive a little choking, a little chokage. Okay. A bomber color, like a big old green. Yeah, this is a good idea. What this is going to do is make it so that you can see the bear through it. So I'll make him like a bright violet. That'll be fun. Okay, so we've got 3 dwarves here. Bomber, what are we going to make him sound like? We're going to give him a medium head size, no delay. Val, let's go. Oh, there we go. And again, we're going to put the port time up a little bit. Hopefully it's staggered a little bit to the others, so they're all playing in unison. It sounds like more than one dwarf, but I'm going to be honest here, ladies and gentlemen, when we get to actually playing this all together, I'm going to have to get tricky with the panning and applying different effects to the different dwarfs, probably convolving them just so that we don't run into like the weird resonances that you normally get when you stack up DelayLama. Okay, so we've got our cast of dwarves, except for the star of the show, perhaps. Yeah, I know, Brian. I know. All right, here we go. The star of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Thorin MeowSynth. Yeah. All right. Now, what does he sound like? Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so he's fading off a little bit quick. What we're going to have to do is play with the amplitude envelope. So I'm going to put that up a little bit. So unfortunately, I believe this is amplitude and also filter. So in order to get the sustained part up, see, it opens his little mouth more. But hey, it's MeowSynth, so that's what we got. And that's fine. I mean, whoa, maybe we... Okay, we'll just make sure we keep a handle on the velocity so that we don't kill our ears. Okay. So now we get to the actual meat of this whole process, which is taking this and making our little guys sing it. So let's start with Brian. Well, actually, let's start with Brian George Michael. Good middle dwarf. So if I go back to the sampler, let me grab... Oh, and let's play with our tempo here. I think I had it at like 110. This is not the right tempo for the song, but it should match up okay if we dial it in a little bit. And that's one of the advantages of this whole process is we can just dial it in. We can do it live. Like I said, we're taking you back to 2008 to all the hottest memes. All right, so that's the first 8 measures. Wow. Okay. All right, Brian, get ready to sing. Why did that just do the whole thing? Because that's the wrong thing. Psych! All right. There we go. Now let's see. Oh yeah. This is what they call cooking up. We're making some fire right here. This goes kind of crazy. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Let's take it from almost the top. First coda, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, this is art. This is art right here. Okay, so this section is sort of just the lead in while they're humming. So now what we've got to do is yeah, it does sound kind of like it. We got to harmonize with Big Brian here, Bass Brian. We're getting into frequencies that might make you void your bowels, but it's okay. It's all in the name of art. Can we play with Big Brian here? See if we can get a little bit more tonality out of this. Okay, now it doesn't just sound like burps. Playing with Big Brian on stream. Yeah, no, that does kind of sound off a little bit. All right, let's try it from here. Not clickbait. Absolutely not. This is quality content here. So here, the dwarves are just sort of singing over top of each other, or humming rather. So I'm going to make sure that we get total dwarf harmony. And then they come back to a little chord here, I think. Here, let's see what that sounds like. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull Brian back just a smidge. Just a smidge. And now let's do this in stereo. Oh yeah. Headphone warning, this may make you weep tears of joy. Okay, beautiful. Now, let's go back to Brian George Michael. Well, actually, here. So for this section here, let me see if I can. Yeah. All through here, it's primarily Thorin, and then the other dwarves, occasionally they'll do like a harmony. Now, I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I do remember the melody. So let's just kind of try and add the harmony as we see fit. Now, by all means, backseat if you'd like. Kind of just having fun here. Oh, this is going to be great. I love how the pitch goes down just a little bit. It's almost like a real cat where they're like, Wah. Oh yeah, we get a little bit of portamento going there. This is art, ladies and gentlemen. By its strictest definition, this is art. Well, hey. Technically art? That's good enough. Ladies and gentlemen, this is technically art. We must away. Break of day. This is so bad. This is like watching a coloring book, huh? Highest quality coloring content. Can I keep it in the lines? Beautiful. Okay. Thorin Meowenshield has spoken. Oh yeah. I guess I don't need the metronome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. And you know what this really needs? What we need is a fitting background image. Oh yeah. Oh wow, this is scuffed. What is this? What is this from? Oh boy. They're making weird faces. This is perfect. Oh, and it has a completely incomprehensible file name. I'm going to be able to find this instantly. Now, let's pause the bear. I know, the bear is a fan favorite. But it's okay. He'll be back. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important to set the atmosphere when you're creating art. Any artiste will tell you this. I have so much crap on this hard drive. I'm sorry, guys. Oh yeah, here we go. There they are. The dwarves. You know, I think Tolkien would be proud of what we're doing here today. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is, you know, that's what I need to see is the very edge of a dwarf. Yeah, art. That's what this is. It's a hearty art. Now, where were we? Just look at this. Dwarf belt buckle. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's a monster. It's bigger than he is. He's like getting ready to go to a quince or something, you know? No. I'm centering good old, what's his name? Boffer? Is that who that is? Pretty sure. Or Biffer. Yeah, sometimes I feel kind of like Gandalf when he's trying to explain all the wizards to Bilbo, I think. Like, oh, how many other wizards are there? He's just like, well, you know, there's these two blue guys. I don't remember what their names are, but there's them. There's Radagast. He's kind of weird. Lives in the forest, eats a lot of mushrooms. Then there's Saruman, of course. Stoner. Yep, that's him. Stoner the dwarf. All right. So, Thorin Meowenshield has sung his little bit of the song. So now what we've got to do is we've got to come back and harmonize with the other dwarfs. So let's start with Bomber because he hadn't sung yet. So I believe Thorin gets through the first two lines without too much harmonizing. So it's and right here, sick voice crack. Right there is where we got our first little chord. So perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's all coming together. Let's pull that back a little bit so it's quiet. Oh yeah, yeah. Supporting dwarfs. We're gonna do a little. We do a little mixing. You know, we do a little mixing. It's called we do a little mixing. But also, our post will help our effects. You know, and we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there. Well, you know, maybe we can be. All right. Well, here. Let's. What we'll do. We can't drown out Meowenshield, it's true. So what we're going to do is we're going to send these dwarves on an unexpected journey to insert 5. All of them. See if we can't glue these boys together a little bit. Yeah, that sounded weird. Moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, I'm receiving a phone call right now that I have to take. I'll be right back. Listen to this sweet, crappy jam. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Had to talk to the old ball and chain, you know. And by the old ball and chain, I mean the car dealer. Oh, hey, Coogan. You're a little bit more incognito than Brian here, but I'll just use your profile name. We're cooking up in here. We're cooking up. This is art, after all. So, what I was doing here was sending the different dwarves, just sort of. We're bussing, is what we're doing. Oh, that's awful. Okay, cool. That's true. Brian does have an incognito persona. However, right now, he's Brian Walker. Let's do a red. We're bussing it down, is what we're doing here. So I've got the dwarves bus to here. They should be coming out of there only. So let's go ahead and test that. Okay, I've done this strange way. Okay, so they're going there. Otherwise, they would sound like double loud. Yeah. Bussing down in the deep dungeon. Okay, so now let's get a little bit of convolution going on here. So this is supposed to be Bilbo's house, but no, I've not listened to Moog Cookbook. What's in it? Oh, same energy as this. All right. I imagine it's somebody tinkering with like old Moog stuff, going on like a wacky synth adventure. Ah, okay. Oh, I heard this really funny cover the other day. It was Adagio for strings, but with like, you know, old Moog synthesizers. And it was like the fart trumpet kind of sounds. Which it kind of it didn't have the same mood as the strings or, you know, the choir version from Homeworld. But yeah, look that up. That was an experience. Let's try Brick Building Ruin. Pull down the dry a little bit. See if we can't get these dwarves some. It's a little bit muffled, but let's roll with it for now so that we don't drown out Thorin Meow and Shield here. We've got another radical voice crack. Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're cooking with Crisco. All right. So, and this is just Bomber right here. We must away. What is the chord? Let's see. I don't know if I can get MeowSynth to voice crack. That would be great though. Just like do a little tiny note with like port time like up here. That'd be awful. The dwarves voice cracking the whole time. Ooh, they sound like Patrick. Are we in here? Does that sound right? So, Coogan, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not sure what that is. I have like an inkling from way back when, but it's not something current in my brain. Also, ladies and gentlemen, this is the most professional stream. Let me fix the little stream title here. Um, yes, everybody will leave when the chat doesn't know, when the chat knows that I don't know what Swagger Souls is. Just exposure annihilated. I'll be permanently dead on the internet. Okay. It doesn't even fit, but that's okay. We now have a correct cockpit view. Oh, whoa. All right. Need to do that. There we go. Here we go. All right. I think this is a solid bomber. Let's go. Just beautiful noises. Let the beautiful noises just wash over you. Sort of ASMR in a way. So unfortunately, Dugan, can we do an instead of an ooh? We have vowels only with DelayLama. We can kind of get close, and I think one of the dwarves we have set up kind of like that. There we go. I think it's better when they hold through here. Rather, I think that's more accurate. Oh, yeah. Getting chills from this. Goodness. Okay, that we can probably fix. Here, let's scroll through our dwarf. And regular Brian. Here, actually. Get a bomber. Let's go. I can type. There we go. All right, beautiful. So now we're back to Brian. Now, Brian was laying down the base for us. So he's going to continue to do that here. So we got a D. Don't read too much into that, ladies and gentlemen. See what that sounds like. Oh, there we go. Now let's pull Brian back just a little bit. Okay, so that. Let's have B flat or A sharp indifference. F. What the F am I doing? More like. Too much synth and not enough cat. Well, let me just take you on a little trip here through my junk that I have in here. Call the folder. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so I got some free samples here. There are a bunch of like sketchy royalty-free sound effects that I downloaded that I have no idea if they're actually royalty-free, but okay. Owners also requested something like that bit in Howdy If It with a Chance of Meatballs where he's showing the girl a video and the cat goes fight the You know, I think the last time I saw Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, I think it was the sequel, and I have not seen the original. But I'll try to accommodate that request. We can get a little. We can take some artistic license from this. So, where did I put my horrible sound effects? I had them all here. Where did they go? Am I stupid? Possibly. But we need not let that impede on our experience. There it is. Okay, there's one cat that we have. It sounds like it's a sound effect from a 30s movie. And then... it's just going wild. Okay, now these are not tuned. So... what note is that even? Here, let's... oh, well, here, let's... let's try this. Oh. Can I tune this? Dude. What am I doing? Here. Is it going through the reverb? Yeah, it is. The note is yes. Wait, that's in a major key. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the cat. It might be F. Okay, so to get this to index on middle C, we need to what? Come down. 1, 2, 3, 5 semitones. Does that jive? Here, let's. Oh well, it doesn't even go in semitones. That's fine. Not quite. That's almost working. Okay. This is bad. Okay, let's keep working. Let's get some more dwarf harmony. And then I tell you what, once we get through this section, instead of belaboring this with the whole rest of the song, let's add the angry cat. How about that? Hopefully, I can have this all rolling before dinner so that my wife doesn't kill me. You know, that's good to do sometimes, not have your wife kill you. Okay. So let's take it from the top. What do we have so far? Just let it wash over you. Well, hey, now the complaint is that it sounds like a cat is being given a rectal thermometer. You know, when you're a cat, sometimes that happens. They can't really do the ear thermometer or the mouth thermometer so well on the little kitties. So that's what's going on, you know. Okay. MeowSynth, done. Now, let's weave a tapestry of sound here with the angry cat. Does this even sound right? Let's try it. Are we close to the right note? Sorry, wrong spot. Okay, yeah. Oh no, not the sound way. We need to come down a little bit. Or we need to come down a little bit more. Here, let's see. Oh yeah, now we're in the right range. Oh, beautiful. Let's let her rip. Okay, we are clipping. Ladies and gentlemen, we are clipping. Perfect. This sounds awful enough as it is. I wonder if we could add like a chorus or something. Yeah, it works. Perfect. Oh, okay, okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. You know, sometimes my cat kind of sounds like this. He more growls, though. Chef's kiss? Yes. Yes. You can't see me, but that's what I'm doing. Bellissimo. This is art, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's spice this up just a little bit. What effects ought we to do? Let's see. Chorus? Perhaps. What if we make it sound like a cat in a huge hallway? Oh yeah. Maybe like a warehouse or something. Oh no, I've got an idea. Okay, so there's a cool reverb that we have access to here. A Lux verb. And it's pretty gnarly. And it's not showing up. That's a good sign. Is it under new? Gain? You know, I know my tools well. How I can find all this stuff so fast. Also on the monitor I have it on is kind of an eye chart. Everything is very tiny. Let's do huge echoey hall. I wonder what this will sound like. All right. Sounds like a horror movie when the zombies are coming. You know, I guess certain parts of the like original Dawn of the Dead soundtrack kind of sounded like that. With those old synthesizers. There was probably a fart horn. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost that time. Now I'm going to bring in a special guest. Let me just find it here. Am I stupid? I am probably stupid. Where is FL Chan? You can tell I use this plugin a lot. You know what? Can't find FL Chan. She'll show up next time. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the bear. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, join me for this momentous occasion where we listen through the whole track, beginning to end, in complete silence. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meditate on this. Just kind of, I want to give you something to take home with you, Meditate on this. Let it sort of wash over you. Really be at peace. Go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for today. But I really want to think about what we learned together. What are the key takeaways? And I think the key takeaway, first and foremost, is I don't remember how to get FL-Chan to show up. If you don't know, FL-Chan is like their lame like waifu mascot, but there's like a little super deformed like chibi version that will dance on the screen. Yes, that's also another key takeaway is remembering all the dwarves' names is really hard. Like, okay, I'm not going to look at the list. I'm just going to look at the picture here. Let's see. We got Thorin. We got Boffer, I think. We got Bolin. We got this dude with the little braids. The other guy. What was this guy's name? It's like I don't know. He was like the third most important dwarf, you know, after Thorin and Balin. Man, no idea. There's Gloin or whatever. I don't know if he's not in this shot. He's like somewhere back here, and I think that's Gimli's dad. Don't remember if that's retconned or not, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for today. I got to eat dinner before my wife strangles me, and I'd like you all to have a lovely weekend. Deuces.